Good morning, friends. This is Barbie Daly with Rural Life in the Valley, and I am bringing you today my final, I guess you'd call it installment or challenge of the Hash Bag Paper Bag Junk Journal Prompt Challenge 2025. Now, this is where we are using 6 paper bags glued or sewn together to make a journal. And we have 30 prompts that I have been working through. Today I am going to do number 22 through 30. And this is created and hosted by Paper Confessions with Cara Mia and BB's Closet Creations. And then they have invited other collaborators, which I will link in the description box. So this has been a lot of fun, and I have learned so much in journaling, in junk journaling, because I really haven't done a lot of that before. Mostly art. This is kind of more of an art journal, but I have done the journal prompts and learned that. So let's get started. I want to begin with, it's a pretty fat journal, as you can see, and I have some things in there so I had to tie it with a ribbon. This is really all that I had. Before I open it up, I want to show you the dangle. I forgot to mention that on my first video, I didn't make a dangle very well. So I used some baker's twine and threaded the beads. And then I'll show you when I flip through how I attached it. What I'm going to do today is I am going to show you the prompts that you haven't seen. I'm going to do a quick flip through at the very beginning. So anybody who hasn't seen my other videos will have a chance to look at it. And I will also link those other videos in the description box if you would like to go back and see them. So I'm going to untie my journal. This is my autumn journal, but it also turned out to be a woodland. I seem to be doing woodland themes in quite a few of my videos, so I'm excited for it. So this is the cover here, and this was one of our challenges, to do a cover and a spine and use part of a master board for this. So then we will open through, and I have a little page here with a little pocket, a little tuck, and a journaling card, a space for journaling. I thought the little squirrel was so cute. I used these from tissue paper, a fall tissue paper for wrapping. So then we had some texture in a page, and so I used the various things, stickers and things like that for texture. And this one we needed to make a belly band, and then I made a little tag, and then we had a hidden little pocket, a pocket here with a hidden little journaling card right here, place for notes. I put that in there. And this page I'm not sure what this page was for. I know there was a reason, but I'm not sure, and I don't want to take time, but I just thought it was cute. And then we were to make a waterfall journal, and I had to make a little tuck spot for it because it kept flipping open. And hopefully this works. You can see all the cute little woodland animals that I put in there. That was something really fun to learn to make. It seemed like quite a few people hadn't made these before, so that was fun. And then this was an interactive page, so I have this paper with a cute little pumpkin house and a squirrel out here, and inside is another squirrel who has collected his nuts, or his, what are they called? Well, anyway, you know. I'll think of them after I turn the page. So I thought that was cute. And you can see that I'm doing a theme of purple and orange. I had this tissue paper that I really wanted to use and a paper pad of lots of purple paper. And I think it turned out really well. So then we had to make a portrait, and I took a picture of a little ceramic squirrel I had and made a portrait out of him. And then we needed to have a die cut. We needed to use a stencil, the flowers or the stars are a stencil, and a stamp to color in, and I did that. So then we had to do a poem, and I found one on leaves. And then we had to make a flip out page, which this was. And then we had to make a hidden paper clip, which I did here. And then I just added that cute squirrel again. And I think that is it. Okay, so we are to where I'm left off last week. We had to make a map to our heart and include 5 things that we enjoy and love. Well, I actually had 6. So what I did is I used the background of the tissue paper. And then I made a little heart here. This represents my heart. Then I have a cute little raccoon that has a sign. It says, "This way to Barbie's heart." So if you go this way, I have my pets, JJ, Coco, and Smokey. And then my home here in the valley. And then my family, which includes my husband, my adult kids, and their families. And then if we go this way, it includes my hobbies, which has most of my hobbies I show here on YouTube. I love photography of nature and, of course, all kinds of crafting and gardening, and that include my hobbies. And then nature, I love nature, and of course we live out in nature, and I just love the skies and the sunsets and all the wild animals. And then, of course, my faith. So I've got a Bible here that shows my faith in God. So that is the keys to my heart. Okay, the next one is nature. And so I made this card, and it has 2 kinds of papers on it. One is from a paper pad, and there's a deer there, and the leaves, and then this side is these are from the St. Jude's. I do a lot of artwork from the envelopes and papers that I get from their flyers. So I thought that was pretty cute. I added a sticker and a dragonfly. And then this was put on the back of a card I made for the Deck the Year challenge. And so that's nature too. And so if you haven't seen that, I just thought this was so cute. I just put together all different kinds of paper and stickers. And this is a little hidden card with a cute little gnome and a butterfly. So I thought that was fun. Oh, and I'll tuck this back in here. And that's kind of, I think that's whimsical too. Actually, my whole book is whimsical. That was one of the prompts. That was the prompt next. And I forgot to show you, we had a shabby chic prompt. And that's this page here. It's my shabby chic. So let's see. I'm going to put that back. And then we're going next to, I did whimsical, so mood. But I'm going to skip over mood, and I'm going to do weather. So this is whimsical also. So here I've got some paper that looks kind of stormy, and a cute little cloud, and he's blowing out wind, and the leaves are flying all over the place, and it says windy. So because it's so windy, the little fox this represents mood, and he's feeling cozy. He's in his little den. He has his cup of cocoa. He has some mushrooms and a little squirrel friend, and pine cones. Looks like he's got a book to read. I found that image on Freepik. I thought that was so cute. And then I love this paper surrounding it, and the washi tape. I don't know what it looks like in the camera, but it kind of looks feathery. So I thought that's really neat. So then we had a magazine. We had to put something from a magazine. So I found this out of a Victoria magazine, and it was an autumn display. And it has pumpkins and apples and leaves and pies and all kinds of fun things. And so a challenge so it was just whatever we felt would be a challenge or something. And a challenge for me was, this is my last page here, and I was running out of room. So I made a flip. This is a flip up and then another flip out. And in that same Victoria magazine, I found this sentiment by Walt Whitman. It says, "Give me the splendid silent sun with all its beams, full dazzling. Give me juicy autumnal fruit, ripe and red from the orchard." I thought that was perfect to go with my page here. And then the final prompt, two more. So the second to the last, prompt number 29, was write a letter to yourself, include words of appreciation, things to improve, and what to look for. Well, I'm not going to read you my letter, but I'm going to show you what I did. I had this really cute card and envelope. So here's the envelope that will hold and a card. It says, "You're a gem, you're a peach, you're a wonderful friend." And I like to think that I am. And then this is my letter in here. And like I said, I'm not going to read it, but I typed it out. My hand gets tired, so I'll just show you right here. Dear Barbie. So that'll be fun to read in the future. So I'll put that away right over here, and I'll do the last prompt is gratitude. And I have these set of napkins, paper napkins, and it says give thanks, and then it has all these different words. It has thankful, autumn leaves, fall colors, friend, autumn, grateful, harvest, give, Thanksgiving pie. I think that's all of them. So I thought that was very appropriate. So that is the final of this journal, the Paper Bag Junk Journal. I would like to thank Cara and Bianca for hosting this. It really has been so much fun to learn all this different things that you do when you make a journal. And I love being creative. I love making it like an art journal where things match. And anyway, that's what I like. So I really hope that you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming back to my channel time and time again. If there's anyone that is new that is watching, I want to welcome you and thank you for stopping by, and hope that you might subscribe. So everyone, have a wonderful day and evening wherever in the world you are. Bye-bye. When I flipped this page up, I was a little bit out of frame and you couldn't see the whole page or the poem. So here is the page, the magazine page, and then I will flip up. And then this is the page with the poem. So I just wanted you to have a chance to see it. Thanks again. See you next time.